golden days drifting far away. Bodies leaving town. Colors fade, but I'm thinking we stay just for a little while. Let's lose track of time, darling. Stay for a little longer while I hold your time. We'll wait, so just rest your head upon my shoulder. Nothing in our head is colder, but the day's not over yet. Summer night. I still dream about you every night. Guess I'm wondering if you're alright. I wish I didn't do that, but I do. And do you ever dream of me? Or are my visions just a one-way street? If they are, then that's okay. 'Cause a dream is just a dream. It doesn't mean anything. When I'm watching pro basketball, picture you saying if you were tall, then you could have gone pro, but you got my blood, so it's just a dream. To flag you down at the liquor store, your SOS on the ocean shore for you. But you pretended that you didn't see, but I saw you look over at me. But that's okay, 'cause it's just a dream, right? And a dream doesn't mean anything, but it means everything.